Hello, everyone. So this is Denise.
Hello.
And I just happened to come up to her. We're at a conference at Joan Hunter's Healing School, and I just happened to come up to her and say, hey, I want your testimony.
Yes.
And it's not a just happened, it's a God thing.
Yeah.
So she gave me a testimony, and I started crying. And I had to go out and leave and get tissues because it's such a beautiful story of redemption and beautiful story of God intervening in someone's life. So, this is Denise. Denise, what's your last name?
Augustus.
So, Denise Augustus has the most amazing testimony. So, let's listen to her.
All right. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Denise. So I came to the Lord when I was 14 years old. I grew up in the foster care system. And so pretty much how it happened was I was at summer school. And at that time, I was just so desperate to have a friend. This girl came up to me and she asked me if I wanted to hang out and if I smoked. I never smoked a day in my life, but I lied because I just wanted, to be friends. And so she asked me to come with her after school. So I did. I went with her and her older brother and his girlfriend. That's who picked us up. And we went back to their place and we smoked. We smoked weed. I smoked like a couple L's. I was smoking out of a bong. Again, I never smoked a day in my life, so I was really inhaling it. Didn't know what I was doing, coughing, everything. On the ride home.
Now wait a minute. I want to stop you. So you knew what you were smoking, or was it you didn't know?
I didn't know what I was smoking. So
okay.
They ended up lacing. I'm sorry. They laced it. They ended up lacing it with PCP, which is angel dust. Some people know it as angel dust. So on the way home, I started bugging out. Like I just started hallucinating. I couldn't breathe. I literally thought I was gonna die. I asked them to pull over. They pulled over, and I was just asking them to help me, and they were looking a little like who are you gonna tell? Like they were more worried about if I was gonna tell anybody. And I said, listen, I'm in foster care. I'm not gonna tell anyone. Nobody cares. Please just help me. Take me to the hospital. What's wrong with me? Long story short, they ended up leaving me on the side of the road. So here I was, and I was just crying out to God. Now, at this point, I didn't believe in God. I didn't know if he was real. There's no reason for me to be crying out to Jesus. I just kept on saying, Jesus, 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 please help me, Lord. Jesus, Jesus, please help me. There were people driving by, looking at me on the side of the road, and I just felt like, wow, I'm really going crazy. I'm about to die. I don't know what's happening. So I just kept calling on the name of the Lord, and then I ended up walking into the store and I just collapsed. I fell to the ground and I was just crying out to God, and I was asking him to forgive me. I started repenting. Lord, forgive me. I don't want to be like my mother. I don't want to be like my father. Jesus, Jesus, somebody please help me. I asked them if they could help me. I don't know what's going on. And so I felt a hand on my shoulder, and I looked up. There was a woman, and she started praying over me and speaking in tongues and just started prophesying, telling me that this is my testimony, that I'm going to be okay. And she stayed there with me until the ambulance came. And so when I got to the hospital, it was just enough time for the doctors to be out the room. They left out, and there was a security guard outside of the door as well. I was scared, again, crying out to God, please, I don't want to die. Please, Lord, help me. And it was like somebody had a projector behind me. I was looking at the wall. It was a white wall, and I kept on like blinking my eyes to make sure I was seeing this. It was two doves. God showed me two doves rolling down a scroll. So God showed me a vision. He showed me my life up until that point, and how he was always with me. He showed, a glimpse of the future. And I think what was really amazing, at the end, he showed the resurrection. And that, I didn't understand that. Like I said, I wasn't a believer. And when he showed me the resurrection, him rising from the dead, is when I got a revelation of what it meant. And a healing shot through my body, my whole body. And so when the doctors came back in, I was completely healed. Everything, all the symptoms were gone. And that's how I came to the Lord. And ever since, just been on fire.
That is fantastic. Yeah. So now I have one question for you that I didn't ask before, and I do want to know. Did you meet the lady again
Oh, good question. Yeah, so I forgot how long after it was. Maybe it was probably months down the road. I called back that jewelry store, and the man who answered, he owned it, and he said that was my daughter. She's a evangelist, and she's not from here. She was just visiting. So yeah, that's
Wow,
Yeah.
that's another coincidence, but it's not. It's a God incident,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that was God.
Oh, praise Jesus. Well, I just love that story because you see God intervening in someone who you didn't know him.
I did not know him.
And you didn't even know you wanted to know him.
I didn't know I wanted to know him. I was completely in the dark. I was lost. I didn't know who I was. And so that right there was just everything to me.
And the hope that he gave you by showing you some of your future.
To know that I'm not here by accident, that I'm here for a reason, and God has a purpose and a plan for me, that like words can't even describe like how I feel and how much I love the Lord.
I just
That
love that.
He can use somebody like me.
That's fantastic. And he is using you, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
Praise Jesus. Oh, well, I hope you're as blessed as I was. And thank you so much,
Thank
Denise.
you.